I'd love if you could talk about, what impact you're seeing at a high level, and then, if there's specific industries, markets where you're seeing more impact, and any trends over the last couple of months.
Sure. So we have 10,000 staffing businesses that use our software around the world. We have about 175,000 recruiters on our platform. So recruiters, salespeople, executives. So we do have a lot of really good data about the staffing industry. And what we saw was, let's say, beginning of March, we saw a real pullback in job orders, pullback in new starts, which then cascaded a few, I'd say like 2 weeks later, sort of maybe March 16 was when there was a real pullback in hours worked. And we saw, the temporary hours in factories go way down. And so like punch clock hours, wall clocks in factories started to go down, followed by professional staffing and web time hours started to sink. And we started stratifying hours worked between $30 an hour and above and below. And what we saw was immediately the people making below $30 an hour were impacted. And a lot of those folks just couldn't go to work because factories were closed or their businesses were closed. We saw automotive in the US get hit really, really hard. Anyone travel and leisure, obviously, those businesses really hit hard. And so job orders bottomed out around 50% down. Hours in factories, the lower wage hours bottomed out at around 25% down on average. Now, we saw some customers that were down 80%. And then professional jobs, sort of the $30 an hour plus, those seem to bottom out around 10 to 12%, but still not quite hit the bottom. It's kind of interesting. Later to respond, but also later to recover. So we're seeing those lower wage jobs start to lift up now. And so that we've seen about a 10% increase off the bottom. Job orders have increased. And so I think we're now in this, okay, there's a reopening. Let's, hopefully we've seen the bottom. But there was a point in time, and it was probably like April when we were wondering, like, are we going to be in free fall for 6 quarters like we were in 08 and 09? And I had to go back and look. It was 6 quarters of down before it started to come back up. So the fact that it took 6 weeks to get to a bottom, it's almost too good to be true.